Hi, I'm Linda Sittler-Howe from Howe2yoga. I've put together this program of gentle chair yoga for silver threads in Petawawa. This session will mainly focus on the spine and the hips. Remember to be respectful of your body, and if something doesn't feel right, don't go into the pose that far. For example, if you have a problem with your spine, you may not want to twist very far. Even a little twist like this will be sufficient. So bring out your mat, set your chair towards the back of your mat, and stand in front of your mat for some spinal roll downs. So for spinal roll downs, we will try and stand with our feet hip width apart, trying to feel the toe bases and the heel. Then we'll bend our chin to our chest, roll our shoulder forward, start to bend our knees, and let the weight of the arms and the hands lengthen your spine. You'll start to feel that up around your shoulder blades, moving down into your spine, bringing your hands down to the ground. We'll take a breath here, and then inhale, pushing through to your feet, dragging your fingers very gently up the front of your shins, up your thighs. Bring your shoulders back, and then your head comes up. And we'll do it on the diagonal, so we'll turn our head to the side, drop our chin to the chest, your back shoulder is now coming forward, and you're letting the weight of the head and the arms dangle as you're bending your knees, and you're coming down the side of your body towards the outside edge of your foot. When we're down here, we'll take a breath here. And then we'll inhale and gradually come up, lengthening, bringing the fingers up along the side of the leg, gently touching the leg, the thigh, turning forward and bringing the head up. We'll do the second side by turning the torso, the back shoulder comes forward a bit. You drop your chin to the notch in your neck, rounding the shoulders, letting the weight of the head and the arms lengthen and slide spine, bending the knees as you come down. And the hands will come to touch the ground. Take a breath here, and then inhale, and gradually come up, gently putting the fingers along the side of the shin, along the side of the thigh, turning forward, bringing the shoulders back, and the head comes up last. We'll do that one more time, dropping the chin to the chest, rounding the shoulders, letting the head of the arms dangling to lengthen the spine, bending the knees, feeling your feet as you come down with your hands to the ground. Once our fingertips are on the ground, we're going to inhale, pushing through our feet, and gradually come back up to standing. The shoulder goes back and the head comes up. Turning to your first side, so the whole torso turns, and looking down the side of your body, drop your chin to your chest, rounding the shoulders forward, bending the knees, and coming down to the side of your leg, down the side of your leg to the ground. Then inhaling, pushing through your feet, and gradually come back up to standing. Turning your torso forward, the head of the arm bones come back, and the head comes up. We'll do the second side, turning, dropping the chin to the chest, rounding the shoulders, and letting the weight of the head and the arms dangle as you come down to the ground. Rooting through the feet, we'll inhale and gradually come back up. Turning forward, bringing up the head, shaking out your shoulders, and then we'll come to sit on the front of your mat, on the front of your chair. So we'll sit on the front of the chair, feeling our sits bones, our seat on the mat, on the chair, pressing our feet down into the ground and pressing our hands down into our thighs. The more we root down through our feet and our hands and our sits bones, the more our torso lengthens upwards. We'll take a breath here. And then we'll bring our hands into prayer position, namaste. We'll inhale the arms out to the side, exhaling them back to center, Inhaling them up towards the ceiling, exhaling them down. Inhaling them out to the side, exhaling them back to center. Inhaling them up, exhaling them down, and then I'll let you go another time with your own breath. And then we'll bring our hands down. If it's available for you this time, when we inhale, our arms up over the head, we're going to see if we can tuck our back of our waist in, tuck the shoulder blades in, and we'll do a slight bit of a back bend. And then we'll exhale and we'll come down. This time we'll inhale our arms up to the side, coming back up and dropping to the other side. So you're inhaling up, exhaling down. And then we'll bring our hands down to our thighs. We're going to do the cat and cow now. So we're going to exhale and push back our abdominal muscles to our spine, rounding out the back of our spine, back of the waist, coming up, rounding the shoulders, and looking down between your legs. Inhaling, coming up, bringing the back of the waist forward, the head of the arm bones back, squeezing the shoulder blades into the back, and lift the head. Exhale, coming into the cat pose, the hunch. And inhale, coming up into the cow, the back bend. And do it a couple more times, working with your own breath, moving into the hunch, the cat on the exhale, and inhaling up into the cow or the back bend. And one more time. Then we will stick out our one leg in front of us, heel on the ground, toes pointed towards the ceiling. This is a hamstring stretch. There's many ways to do it in yoga. This is one of the ways to do it. So we're going to now bring our fingers to the very top of our legs. There should be a little sort of crease in there. And then we are tipping forward. So basically, it is the pelvis that's rolling around the ball of the femur, and we're coming as far forward as feels comfortable for you. Squeezing the shoulder blades into the back, trying to keep our back as flat as we can. And then we'll inhale and come gradually back up. We'll bring that foot back and straighten out the other leg. So it's the heels on the ground, the toes pointing towards the ceiling. You'll start to feel a hamstring stretch. And then again with your fingers in the crease at the top of your hips, we're bending forward, folding forward. The pelvis rotates around the ball of the femur. Trying to keep your back as straight as you can. And then we'll push down through our foot that's on the ground and inhale and come back up. And then we'll bring our that foot back. Then we'll lift up one of our legs, circling it around, trying to get the action at the top of the leg. As we rotate that leg, it can be slow and lazy. You can start with a smaller circle and get it bigger. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. We're technically moving the synovial fluid in your hip socket. And then we'll bring that foot to the ground. We'll lift up our second side, circle that leg in the hip socket, trying to start it from the top of the leg. We'll reverse direction. we'll bring that down. Then we'll lift up our first side and we'll shake it from side to side. Feeling our sits bones. Hopefully our side body is still nice and long. And some of you may be able to actually grab onto that foot and continue shaking it. This is rocking the baby. It opens up into the hip a little bit more. And put that foot down on the ground. We'll bring up the other leg. Shake it from side to side. And then if you're able to, you may be able to catch that foot as it comes across and hang on to it and rock the baby. And we'll bring that foot to the ground. Lift up one of your legs, cross it over the other arms, or legs are in eagle head position. And whatever knee is on top, you're taking the other arm, bringing it to the outside of that knee, and we're bringing the other arm around behind you. It will rest on the chair, the side of the chair, the back of the chair, whatever works for you. And again, if you feel like you can, we're going to twist a little bit more towards the side. So we're going to start from the base of our spine. So think about pulling the back of your waist in and turning it, and your abdominal muscles move as well. And then you move up your spine into your shoulders and across your chest, and then turn the neck and the head goes. And breathe. And when we come back, we start with our head, so we're gradually coming back with our head and moving down our spine. Now we'll cross over the second side, the second leg over top, so the knee is on top of the other knee. We're rooting down with our hands, our sitting bones, our foot, and then we'll take our hand that's opposite of our top leg, bringing it to the top leg, bringing the other arm to the side of the chair, the back of the chair, whatever works for your arm length and your torso length. And if it's available for you, we're going to twist a little bit more to that side. Again, bring in your abdominal muscles to the back of your waist and gradually turn those to the side, moving up into your shoulders and your chest, and then the neck and the head turn. We'll take a few breaths here. Breathing slowly in and out through our nostrils. And then we come back, starting with our head, moving down into our shoulders, and then into our waist. And then we will push down on our thighs and gradually come up to standing. From here, we'll turn towards the long side of our mat, bring our feet wide astride, and then turn the foot that's facing the chair in towards the chair. So if you've moved your shoulders this way, we don't want that. We want to bring that back, top shoulder back, and the shoulder by the chair forward. We want to stay in between two panes of glass. So we're bringing the hip that's away from the chair out, bringing the other arm down onto the chair. Bringing that back hand onto the ribs and turn it a little bit more so that you may feel that the top shoulder is now directly above your bottom shoulder. So this is a form of Trikonasana triangle pose, and for using the chair, we're not going down to the floor. And then we're going to inhale and come back up. And we can bring that toe forward and heel toe the feet together. Then we'll turn to face our chair, and we will bring our arms down onto the chair and walk our sitting feet back. So we're stretching our spine, pulling back with our thighs into a very simplified downward facing dog. And then we'll gradually come up. You can just turn and face the other side of your chair. I'm going to turn my chair so that it faces the other way. So then you're going to stand with your feet and bring your feet hip width wide astride, toes pointing to the long edge of the mat. Turn the foot by the chair towards the chair, trying to keep the shoulders so that they fit in between the two panes of glass. And then the back hip comes out a little bit as the front arm comes down onto the chair. The back arm now comes onto the front ribs, and just turn them a little bit more. That helps you get into the twist of the Trikonasana triangle pose. And then we'll come up, turn that toe in, heel toe together, and then step to face towards the front of your chair, and we'll bring the forearms down onto the chair. Push yourselves back, the feet come back, pressing through your forearms, bringing your sitting bones back so you can feel some lengthening through your forearms, going up through your shoulders and out through your sitting bones. And then we're gradually coming up to standing. Now we'll put one foot on the chair, pressing down through the corners of your feet, the toe bases, the heel. And then we'll inhale our arms up over the top of our head. And on the exhalation, they'll come down. And then bring the foot to the outside of the chair, and then we'll bow forward again. It's the top of the leg, the crease at the top of the leg, bringing the hands to the chair, keeping the top hip in, so feeling the four corners of your front foot. And if you can bow down a little bit further, bending the elbows, coming down, that will work on the outer hip a little bit more. And then we'll gradually come up to standing, putting the foot down, bringing the other foot up onto the chair, grounding down through your feet again. So the more you ground down, the lighter your upper body is. So we'll inhale the arms up over top of our head, then you can reach more. And then on your next exhalation, we're bending forward again at the top of the legs, bringing the hands down to the ground. Sometimes it helps to root down by bringing your hands into the crease and bringing the outside hip down. If it's available for you, you can bend your elbows and come down a little further, trying to make sure that your foot is solidly marked into the ground. And then we will gradually come up and bring that foot down, and we'll come up to standing. And then now you can bring your chair to the front of the mat and turn the back of the chair towards you. So we're going to root down through our feet, the toe bases, the big ball of the big toe, the ball of the little toe, the heel, the inner and outer heel, if you can feel that, or the center of the heel, whatever works best for you. Pressing down in the heels of the hands to lengthen the torso. Then we will turn the left foot out 45 degrees, stepping it straight back to a comfortable stride for you, and then bending that front knee, keeping it in line with your second toe, so when you look down, all you may see is your big toe, and press down through the heels of your hands. So we are in a warrior one pose, using the chair to help us lengthen our torso. If anybody wants to, they can inhale their arms up over top of your head and be a real nice, strong warrior. And then we'll bring the hands back down to the chair and step that back foot forward. Second side, we're turning out our other foot 45 degrees and then stepping it straight back. Adjust if you need to, pushing down on the heels of your hands onto the back of the chair. Bringing the front knee forward in line with the second toe. You don't want to be out to the side, that's hard on the knees. So push down in the mound of the big toe and press up. Breathing in and out through your nostrils. And if it's available for you, inhale your arms up over your head. take a few breaths here. And then bring your arms down and step forward with that back foot. And now we're going to come back down to sit on our chair again. So we're going to sit on the front edge of our chair so you can feel your sitting bones. You can feel your feet on the ground, pushing down with your hands and your thighs. We're going to take a few minutes to breathe into our body and take the time to appreciate the work we did in this session today. So pressing down, feeling your sitting bones. Feel your spine as it rises. As you breathe in, and you might feel a little condensation coming in, drawing in as you exhale. Feel your head is nicely seated on the top of your neck, that your ears are resting over your shoulders are above your hips. Scan your body from the top of your head, moving down your spine, into your arms, back into your torso and your pelvic area, and then down into your legs, into your feet. And then gently move your head from side to side a few times. Bring it back to center, leave it there, and then wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then inhale your arms up over the top of your head. And on the exhalation, they come down. And one more time, we're going to inhale the arms up. And on the exhalation, they come down to your heart center. So namaste. Thank you for coming and joining me for this practice today. I don't know how that was. I left my socks on. Oops.